Hi, Thomas C. Chavez with The Compass Way, and I've been sitting here with the camera off just talking with other people in the room about language and storytelling. The upshot is that storytelling is the human race's one huge tool. It is how we construct the world that we live in, is we tell a story to make it so. The actual world around us is so huge and so complex that we cannot know it. Our brains are too small. What is actually present is every grain of sand from here all the way around the world, even under the water. Every molecule in the ocean, every molecule of salt that is dissolved in that sea, and every molecule that is present on every planet and in every sun, in every comet, all the way to the ends of the universe, and how they have existed from the beginning of the material truth, the universe, in whatever form it is, to the end of time. All of that is one interconnected whole where everything depends on everything else. It all works together, and there's no possible way for me or for you to hold that in self, to know it the way it actually is. So what we do is we experience what we experience. We stub our toes, we look at things through microscopes, we bombard things with radar, we cut things up, whatever we do, we create spectrographs of sunlight, and all the various tools that we can imagine and create, and we have data, and then we arrange that data the way we want to. We create meaning out of experience. And we do this scientifically, we do this in law, we do this in medicine, and we do it in everyday life. Kid tracks, mud through the room, and mom has a story about what that means. They create meaning out of experience. You don't care about this house and how much work I have to do, and because that's the meaning that mom wants to put on the facts. Because what's important to her is the amount of work that she has to do. And there's not necessarily anything wrong with that. That's what's important to her. But she puts that out and makes that what her reality seems to be. She's living in her story. We all do that. We live in the stories that we tell ourselves. And when we meet someone whose story is so dissimilar to our stories that we can't put it together and go, well, what's that? We say, you're crazy. Well, no. You're telling a story different than how I'm telling a story. And we're both pretending that our stories are reality. Wow. We don't know what reality is. You don't, and I don't. And your Aunt Agatha doesn't. And the most brilliant scientist you've ever met or heard of doesn't either. They are telling very disciplined stories. But they're still just stories. Language is our greatest gift, our greatest power, and it's a way that we lead ourselves and each other astray. Because we forget. we forget that we're telling stories. I'm hoping that as you learn about the Compass Way, which of course is just a story, but it's a story designed to help us all learn how we create the stories we live within. And notice that in certain states of consciousness, the stories that we create produce certain kinds of results. That we have the power to choose the state of consciousness we live within, and therefore what the apparent reality we live in